Hey, it's Kelly with RV Wholesalers. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough video on this XLR Boost by Forest River. This is a 20 CB, so a nice compact unit here. Does have the beds in the back, which we'll see here. Also has a nice open floor plan, so it doesn't have the separate garage. Very nice floor plan. You can see this one does have the corrugated aluminum sidewalls. It is going to have the full power awning here with the blue LED light strip underneath. Over here you're going to see you have two exterior speakers. You have a spot here for a bracket for a TV that you can bring from the inside, set it on the outside. Also, you're gonna have your TV hookup there, power receptacle here. It is a double axle though, even though it is a little bit shorter. This is gonna be a vent for the garage, so if you have fuel in the back, what have you, you're gonna have access to that. It does have a fuel station, so you just fill the fuel up here. So if you wanna put a different, like a racing fuel or whatever, you have access to that. Your pump station here, which is going to tell you the level of your fuel tank here. Just turn that on, and then right inside here you're going to have your actual port, so you can fill up like your filling station at the gas station. Has the nice MORryde steps here, which are going to pull down, then they just lift all the way up, so they're going to be really sturdy, nice and secure there, but also at the same time they're going to be lightweight, so not hard to slide those up in there. Has the large entry grab handle here. Screen door here separates from the main entry door. You can see that there. Now right here you're going to have 4 stabilizer jacks. So you're going to have 1 on each corner, all the way around the back, 2 on the front. Those, what you'll do is just put this handle in here, and all you're going to do is just crank that down. Once it hits the ground, then you go about another quarter to half turn, and then you're good to go. Now those are not for changing tires. They're not for leveling the coach side to side, front to back. They're just for stabilizing the coach. So when you put those down, the coach isn't going to get the rocking. So to level the coach front to back, you're going to do that with your power tongue jack there. Raise it up and lower it. To level it left to right, you're going to back over boards or leveling jet blocks, things like that, to level it side to side. It does have a prep for a Furrion solar panel, so you can see that there. Up here around the front side, you can see it does have the nice smooth front cap, which makes it look really nice there. Okay. All right, so you can see here you got 2 20-pound propane bottles up on the front. Just pull those off the same size that go on your barbecue at home. And it does have an auto changeover regulator. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to open up both bottles. So you're going to turn those wide open, both of them at the exact same time. Okay, then you can see this one over here has a little point that's coming off of this side. So what that's doing, that's pulling from this tank over here first, okay? And then when this tank runs out, it's going to automatically switch over to the other tank, okay? Now you can see here the eye on this is red. It'll be green when you have gas, red if you ran out. So if you come out the next day and you see that this eye's red right here, you're going to know that this tank ran out in the middle of the night. But you didn't lose gas on the inside because this automatically switches over. So all you're going to do in the morning, take that, turn it so the air is pointing this way, then you can close this tank off, pull the cap off here, and go get it filled up. So you're just going to go back and forth, and then you're good to go. Now some people will run that straight down, lowers both levels at the exact same time. I don't personally recommend that, but it's up to you. All right, so then there's going to be a little rubber grommet here on the top. So if you get in a pinch, there's a little rod inside. So if this burns up or breaks, what have you, you can manually run it. The light there, LED, up and down, runs directly off your battery. Brand new 12-volt deep cycle battery that will trickle charge anytime you're plugged into Shoreline, which is this power cord right here. This is going to be plugged into a 30-amp service. So it's trickle charging anytime you're there, anytime you're running off your generator, or anytime you're plugged into your tow vehicle's 7-pin if it's ran hot, okay? You can see this one does here have the Onan 4,000 watt generator, which is a Cummins Onan. You can also see that there's 2 little clips here. Just turn these up, then you can fold those down, and you're gonna be able to see right here, you can either prime it. So all you're gonna do is hold this over to prime, and you can go over to start once that light kicks on. then you can go ahead and fire it up. Okay, so I'm not going to do it during the video, it'd be too loud, but you can see that you do have that capability right there. And then right down here, I don't know if you can see that little pole right there. I just flipped it off and flip it on. That's going to be the breaker for the actual power supply. So you're in 30 amp breaker, 30 amp service, good to go. Oil connections right here just to make sure that your oil is where you need it to be. Push that in, throw these down, good to go. Manual and everything's going to be right here. We'll leave that right in the compartment for you there. And this one is going to be vented here so it can get air coming in when the generator's running. Exhaust here for the generator, your other stabilizer jack. Now right down here you're going to see you have your sewer connection, okay? So what you're going to have is two valves, okay? One has a black handle, which is a 3-inch. One has a gray handle, which is 1.5 inches, okay? Now when they're pushed in, they're closed. When you pull them out, they're open, okay? So the gray one here is going to be your gray tank, which is going to be your sinks and your shower, okay? The black one is going to be your black tank, which is just your toilet, okay? So what you're going to have is, after you've been camping, what have you, the whole weekend, you go to the dump station to empty out your tanks. All you're going to do is hook a sewer hose on here, run the other end down into the pipe. Then you're going to pull the black valve first, okay? So pull it out, let all your toilet water run through the hose. Depending on how full it is, it may take anywhere from 20-30 seconds up to a couple minutes, just depending on how full. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to come over here while that black valve's still open, and you're going to hook the hose into this black tank flush, okay? So the garden hose, you're going to plug in here, turn that on, just make sure your black valve's open. That's going to spray inside the black tank. It's going to clean all the debris, toilet paper, things like that off of the inside of the black tank. Let that run for about 30 seconds, then you're going to go ahead and shut that down. Then you're going to come back over here, shut that black valve, okay? Then you're going to pull your gray valve. You're going to let that gray water, which is sinks and showers, so nothing crazy, run through your sewer hose. That's going to finish rinsing out your sewer hose, okay? Then you shut that, close it up, you're good to go. You have an outside shower here, hot and cold, just like on the inside. Right here is going to be your 30 amp power cord. Now this does have a little plastic nut. It just threads on there, you can see that. That just going to secure it to the trailer. So you can see right there it's threaded. Just thread that on there so it doesn't accidentally get pulled out. This is going to be the back side of your refrigerator. You're really not going to access that at all. If you do need to get in there, that's where you'll get in, okay? Cable and satellite hookup here, so if they have hookup at the campground where you go, the KOA, what have you, you can basically, you just pop this up, thread on the coax, that supplies the inside TVs, okay? This metal thing here is going to be the exhaust for the furnace. So as soon as you kick your furnace on the inside of the coach, what's going to happen is, obviously the blower is going to kick on. It's going to be blowing out hot air immediately out here. Now a lot of times people call and say, hey, my furnace isn't blowing hot air, blah, blah, blah. Well, they feel the ductwork. It's got to heat the ductwork up before you're actually going to get hot air on the inside of the coach. Basically, if you're ever wondering if it's actually firing, just put your hand close to this. This will be blowing hot air immediately, okay? So really, other than that, just make sure it's free of any birds or nests or anything like that, and then you'll be good to go. Black tank flush, we went over that. Now right here, you're gonna have your freshwater fill, okay? So the one on the left, which it says right here, freshwater connection. So basically what that is, say you go to a camp spot, they don't have water hookup at the site, okay? So at the site you're staying at, or if you're boondocking, what have you, obviously with a toy hauler, if you're out and you got the four-wheelers out, what have you, what you would want to do is stick the water hose in here, fill that tank up. That's going to be an onboard tank, which is going to be right underneath the underbelly here. And then what that's going to do is you pump water out of that tank to pressurize the system with the water pump, okay? And now this one is your city water connection. So anytime you go to a camp spot and they have water hookup at the site, all you do is screw the hose into there. You want to make sure you use a water pressure regulator to ensure that you're not going to burst the lines by over pressurizing it. So if you're using the city water, you don't have to use the fresh water, vice versa. Then also right down here, you're going to see this black cap right here. That's going to be a spot to store your sewer hose. So that just unthreads, put your sewer hose in there. Got your full-size spare underneath here. You can see that underneath the coach there. All right. Water heater. This is going to be a gas electric DSI water heater, so direct spark ignition. You're going to get the coach, it's going to be empty, okay? You always want to make sure the water's full before you actually fire it on gas or electric, okay? So what you're going to want to do is pop this little pressure release valve straight out, turn your pump on, hook to city water, what have you, and then that's going to fill it up, okay? Opening this releases the air, allows it to fill. Once it's full, it's going to start squirting water out. Once it starts squirting water out, close it, okay? Then you can go ahead and fire it on gas, electric, what have you. Now there is a little on-off switch right down here at the bottom left. See that there? That's going to be for the electric side, okay? The gas switch is on the inside. That is the electric side. So if you want to run it on electric, you got to make sure that that little switch is on. Vent up here for the stove. Another vent for the back for the fumes. You can see that there. Another stabilizer jack back here. You can see that there. Now this one does have the ramp door patio, which is an awesome feature. You can see here we have it set up for the video. These cables here are basically going to attach right up there. We left it open so you can kind of see it when we go on the inside. The little black box up there, right above the RV Wholesaler sticker, is going to be a prep for the backup camera. So down the road, if you decide you want to add a backup camera, what have you, all it is a plug and play right there for you, okay? Now you can see with those cables, this is going to be very secure, especially once you get your stabilizer jacks down the whole bit there. And then you can see this does swing open the whole 9 yards, collapses, all folds up, goes together, lift the ramp door. So very, very easy there. You can see all LED lighting inside and out. Again, filling station there, your other stabilizer jack. We'll go inside here and check out the inside. All right, so you can see right here on the inside, right inside the door here, we got some inside outside lights, rear light, the whole 9 yards. This is going to be for your awning switch here. So retract, just hold the button down. Now when you let off, it stops, okay? Now just make sure when you run it out, you're going to start to see the tube when it's almost all the way out. That's when you stop. You don't want to overextend it, and it could start rolling the other way. Showing that. Now your bed's up and down. Both beds are going to go at the same time. Then once the top bed reaches a certain point, there's a little lock inside this track. It'll stop, then the bottom one will continue to go down. Now you can pin the top bed up higher if you would like. It's up to you. And then the bottom one, these portions here, will fold over and make into a little pass-through sofa. And you can see right back here on the bed is the table, which will go right in between these two. Obviously for the video's sake, got it kind of up here a little bit easier to get through. But when this folds up, this whole part right here will be open. Put a nice table inside, eat dinner, play cards, games, what have you. Very, very nice, awesome feature there. But if you want to, you can use it as a second queen bed, so kind of a dual purpose thing there. You got the AM, FM, CD, DVD, the whole 9 yards here. You can see that, nice Euro lounger here. That is the comforter there. Again, here you can see you got the full bed up top, then the convertible sofa on the bottom. And then there's the vent there, the other one's right here. So you can see the two vents, kind of gives you a cross ventilation. Does have the D-rings already built into the floor, so very, very nice there. Right down here, you're gonna see this is gonna be your kind of your monitor panel, okay? So all I'm doing is I'm just pushing in on the symbol I wanna read on, okay? So like the battery is fully charged, because again, the battery's gonna trickle charge anytime you're connected to Shoreline, generators running, truck, tow vehicle, what have you. Fresh, black, gray. The water pump's right here, so the switch on the right, it is an on-demand pump, so you don't have to run over here and turn it off and on every time you want to turn the water on. Anytime you're running off your fresh water tank, you utilize your pump for pressure, okay? If you're running off city water, forget you even have a pump, you don't need it. So the pump, on demand, turn the water on, pump kicks on. Turn the water off, pump kicks off. Water heater over here, okay? This is gonna be for gas. Then on the outside, the little on-off switch to the bottom left-hand corner, is going to be for the electric side, okay? You're going to see here, a nice big, some people can use this as a dual purpose as a sink cover, as a cutting board as well. Got the one big basin sink, very, very nice feature there. Gives you a little added storage countertop space as well. Now the first thing, so this one does have the glass cook cover here, you can see that. Again, more storage countertop space if you put that down. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get to wherever you're camping, wherever you're going, before you take off, what have you, turn both your propane bottles on, come here to your stove, turn all 3 burners on high, okay? Hit your sparker knob, let that light up. Then you're going to let those burn for about 30 seconds, okay? What that's going to do is ensure that you've got all the air pockets out of the lines and everything's functioning properly, okay? Got the convection microwave right down there, or the regular microwave, excuse me. Actually, might be a convection. Anytime you're burning your cooktop as well, make sure you got the exhaust fan on, just to kind of keep that heat out of the coach, okay? Refrigerator here, you can see that freezer on top, refrigerator on the bottom. Going off right there. That is going to be a gas electric refrigerator. TV there, all your connections up here. You are going to be able to see, I don't know if you can see it from the video, there's a little button. Can you see that green light? No green light. There's a little button right here. That's going to be your TV antenna booster. All that's going to do is if you're running off your antenna, push that button in. That'll amplify the signal strength, gives you a little bit better signal, okay? Bathroom in there. Foot flush toilet. Nice stand-up shower, plenty of headroom. Get the fan in there. Then you're going to have your thermostat here, which is going to run just like your one at home will, okay? You come over here, turn it on, go to the mode, auto, if you want it on AC, furnace, then you got temperatures just like at home. It kicks on and off just like it would. You don't have to prime anything, set anything up, anything like that. Now the AC is going to be ducted through the ceiling. The heat's going to be ducted around the floor. Now the AC, if you want to flip that over, you can dump all the air right out here, which is essentially making it non-ducted, or you can close it off, then it shoots it through the ductwork, okay? Now right down here below the bed, last thing I want to go over with here real quick. So you do have the generator start down here. So the same thing I showed you on the outside, hold the button down, stop prime. Once it lights up, go ahead and fire it up, okay? Stop it. Now this is going to be a battery disconnect switch, okay? So when you're not using the coach, you can go ahead and turn this to off, and then it's not going to allow like the little things like the LP detector, the things like that to drain the battery, okay? The light on the stereo, things like that. Now right down here you're going to have your fuses and your breakers. So over here is your 12-volt fuses, 110 breakers are here. You're also going to hear this fan if you have a lot of lights on, things like that running, because essentially everything in this coach, besides the things that are plugged into 110, like the microwave, the air conditioner, things like that, the wall outlets, everything else is pretty much going to be 12 volt, okay? So it converts 110 down to 12 volt, and that fan just keeps that converter cool so it doesn't overheat. So you'll hear that fan, and then that's what these two 40 amp fuses are here. They're actually the fuses to your converter, okay? But again, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to give us a ring, 877-877-4494. Thanks a lot and have a great day.